Young, Amazon's fitness magazine, and I'm on set with women's bodybuilder Marillyn Yee.
Hey guys.
Just got through competing this weekend.
Just yesterday. Actually.
Yesterday? Uh-huh. How do you feel?
Still tired and a little dehydrated.
And then, of course, you flew across country as well.
That too.
Coming from California, that can drain you. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about you. What do you want people to know?
So I started training at the age of 18, and I was anorexic by the end of 17. Mm-hmm. I was starving myself. I was losing weight using the weight I know how, which is starving myself and doing a lot of cardio. Mm-hmm. And I was dropping a lot of weight. I would lose about 2-3 pounds a week. Mm. It would fluctuate back and forth, and then to a point my organs were failing, my period stopped, and then I was seeing a nutritionist at the time, and she told me if I wasn't eating and I was going to die. Mm-hmm. And then I started weight training at the time, and this time I decided to start weight training, and I was obsessed with it because I thought, like, all this hard work I put in to lose weight, to be skinny, if I just eat it back, like, for 8 months, I almost died from it. Like, I was so worried about rebounds, so I started weight training.
And so it's amazing to me how many of them how many competitors had a similar path. They were either had some kind of eating disorder or
I was amazed to know how many other female bodybuilders have had the same eating disorder issues that I had. I was surprised because I thought I was the only one.
You thought you was in a class by yourself? No. Yeah. And it's great because you found your path and that brought you out of it, and look at you now, and as similar as they did. So I think that's really great.
Fighting it, just let it grow.
Yeah. And so, how did you ever want to do any category other than women's bodybuilding? Did you want to do figure, bikini, or what?
It's funny. When I first started competing, I only wanted to do figure. Mm-hmm. But, at the time, I was just learning. I was learning from the competition experience, the private experience, but I never had the structure for it. Right. I thought, like, maybe putting in more work, like, if I'm more developed with more training, I would get there. But I didn't understand. I just didn't have the structure for it. Like, I have short limbs. I didn't have the small waist. My legs are short like a pit bull. Like, I'm just...
Well, that's a lot of muscle packed into that structure. That's great.
And I'm not tall. I'm only 5'2".
Right.
When I'm cutting. Mm-hmm. Well, off season, I'm 5'3". Like, gotcha. When I'm cutting, I shrink a little.
You lose height.
So I feel like I'm just born to be in this division. So, not that, like, I'm 5'9", I'm huge. Right. It's just I'm short, I'm stocky. Structurally built for this division. So I don't see myself doing any other division.
Never thought about women's physique either? Doing straight?
I don't like it. It's funny, when I first started competing, I like figure, and I never liked physique. Right. But then when I transitioned to physique, I feel better about myself. Right. And then my placing was actually better. Mm-hmm. So I felt like, okay, physique, I could see myself doing that for a couple more years. But then when I switched up to female bodybuilding, I was worried about the risk of losing femininity. Right. But then the more I compete, the more that I'm in the sport, I was tired of seeing smaller women. Like, I want more. I never thought I would find bigger women attractive or for look. Right. For myself. Mm-hmm.
So let me give you your thoughts on muscularity versus femininity, and then conditioning versus mass. What do you think plays out the best? And of course, we do the Olympia coming up. You got some mass monsters out there, but you got some real conditioned ones like Angela Yao that are really shredded. And not that the mass monsters aren't shredded. It's just, if it's not conditioned, my opinion, would not look right on stage, or they would lose points.
This is what bodybuilding is all about. It's all about conditioning. Right. Like, if it's just huge, you could be in any sport. If you're not conditioned, that's not bodybuilding. Definitely.
So there has to be a right balance between the two then.
But if I have to prioritize just one thing, definitely conditioning. But you can't be scrawny.
Right. Yeah, it's true.
Everything has its place. Everything's important. But if I just have to pick one thing, definitely conditioning.
What was your takeaway from the nationals? Now that you're going to do the Olympia Amateurs,
That's right.
How do you feel going into it within a week here or so?
Yeah, well, it's not far away from now. It's definitely not the best time frame, but I'm just gonna do what I can do.
All right. Did you get any feedback from your coaches?
I haven't asked them yet, but I know why.
You know what they're gonna say.
It's gonna take time.
Right.
I'm just gifted. I'm very visual, and I have a very subjective eyes to myself and to others' physique, to someone else's physique. So I don't really need to ask. I already knew their answer, and I have had some problem like traveling here, the flight delay.
Yeah,
I had 12 hours.
Yeah, how do you handle that? You had a 12-hour delay, and then you had tanning at 7:30. You didn't get here to almost 10 after 7, something like that.
Yeah, I was barely make it to check-in and tanning, and I wasn't able to get 8 hours sleep 3 days prior to the show.
Right.
So it was a mess.
So that puts a stressor on your body as well.
A lot. Yeah.
But you handled it and you did great. So I mean, you look amazing.
Have to suck it up. It comes to you. You know, what are you gonna do?
It comes down to how bad you want it, I guess. Then it's your takeaway.
I mean, I spent the entire year for this. I'm not gonna let Frontier Airline to fuck us up. Fuck you, Frontier.
All right, don't fly Frontier Airlines.
Never. Trust me. 12 hours delay is the same as an other airline with layover. So.
Yeah. Well, it's great that you can laugh about it. And now it's over now. What are you gonna do? But right. But I was glad to take your call, be there for you, and everything. Glad that you booked with Amazon's fitness magazine. So let me ask you this: who's your? Do you have a favorite bodybuilder that you admire or you follow?
For the look wise, Mona. What's her last name?
Monique.
Mona.
Okay.
I love her look.
Okay.
I personally, it's just my personal preference. I like shorter women bodybuilders, not because I'm short. Right. I really find them more feminine.
Okay.
So I definitely love her look. Margie Martin, she's not short, but she has such a humongous legs.
Yeah, she does.
Structural wise, she's great structure. She's like a character of a comic book. She could be in. She can be one of the comic book character, really.
Yeah, and that's what I love about Amazon, because all y'all look like superheroes to me. So you look great.
Thank you.
And I'm sure your audiences out there love it as well. You want to give anyone a shout
out? Shelby. Always.
Shelby Starnes,
always.
Coach? Yeah.
Because he prepped every single one of my shows. He's been my bodybuilding journey since my very first competition till the show yesterday. He's been in my bodybuilding journey the whole way. So definitely Shelby and Chris Cormier. Just started working with him for this prep, and I've already made such a huge changes to him.
You got some big name guys in the industry behind you, so great selection, great leadership.
I have to be smart enough to choose the right people too.
Yeah, well, you're right. How would you pick a coach? How would you tell someone that you should look for when you go to pick a coach?
Someone that is very responsive and obviously honest and knowledgeable.
Gotcha. Well, I really appreciate you talking to me. I'm not going to ask you to do a pose down like female bodybuilding channel, because we're actually getting ready to shoot. And so we're about to knock out some amazing photos. But for AJ and JB, hey, just want to tell you guys, great coverage on the Nationals. But I got her now, so I got this, so you don't have to worry about it. This video is brought to you by Phase Up Nutrition, phaseupnutrition.com, against all odds. GPS photography and video. Why photography and video? Because a photo's worth 1,000, video's worth 1,000,000. gpsphotoandvideo.com. And of course, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Amazon's Fitness Magazine, and of course, subscribe to the website, amazonsfitmag.com. You ready to shoot?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks again.
Of course.
Marillyn Yee.
For sure.
On our way to the Olympia Amateurs, gonna do great.
Mm-hmm.
Look forward to seeing you on stage in 10 days. Count them down.